Hello, I'm Mazia Haji Omar. Welcome to another episode of Pocket Garden Surprise. Today we are at the entrance gallery of the Flower Dome in Gardens by the Bay. This display is titled A Bit of England. In this episode, let us share with you some history of garden designs through the ages. Formal gardens are geometrical, symmetrical, and majestic. This classic style of gardening originated in Persia and the courtyard gardens of the Islamic tradition, the Mughal gardens of Asia, the Italian Renaissance gardens, the intricate French parterre, and the English knot gardens of the Elizabethan age are all variations of this genre. Control and creating order were guiding forces in the development of the style, and it became popular with the monarchs and other powerful men. Even today, it is associated with status and wealth. Clipped hedges, topiary, and lawns is the backbone of any typical formal garden. A well-manicured look is extremely important. Lawns are neatly mowed and hedges trimmed perfectly. England has some of the finest examples of topiaries in the world. However, the topiary is not an English invention and originated during ancient Roman times. Topiary was popular in gardens of the Italian Renaissance. And by the end of the 17th century, the French, Dutch, and English have adopted it into their gardens. In England, many of the topiary gardens were replaced when the landscape movement became popular in the 18th century. The hedge maze was once a mainstay of British formal gardens and estates and became popular all over England in the 18th century. In their prime, hedge maze provided privacy and entertainment for the members of the royal court and grand estates. English knot gardens found their roots in gardens of the medieval era and were very popular during the 15th century Renaissance, becoming even more elaborate during the 17th century Baroque period. Garden patterns were traditionally created using knot patterns found in rugs or tapestries, and simple knots evolved into intricate arabesques of plants with varying colors, textures, shapes, and sizes. In the early 18th century, a desire to move away from the strict geometrical features led to a new style of English garden with a more natural look, the English landscape garden, which replaced the more formal gardening style of the 17th century as the principal gardening style of Europe. In this garden style, man's work was regarded as most successful when it was indistinguishable from nature, where a more natural, irregular formality was achieved in landscapes consisting of expanses of grass, clumps of trees, and irregularly shaped bodies of water. In the 19th century, there was a return to a more formal, symmetrical, and geometrical shapes, and today's English garden often mixes these elements first seen in the Italian and the French Renaissance periods with a more relaxed and still highly formal English gardens of the 1700s. This display is sponsored by O2 Plants Private Limited. We have come to the last episode of the Pocket Garden Surprise and hope you enjoy these 10 pocket displays. Stay safe and goodbye!